Are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin.
Waking up from my 14-hour nap, I decide to conjure up some breakfast before heading out to kill some of the kobolds in the area because they were becoming a nuisance for the town of Thelzamar. They even told me to collect some food for them, mainly because they found gnomes raiding their fridges in the middle of the night. Gnomish unemployment must be high. I was also sent into Hyperspawn Mine, mainly to get some gear that nobody was willing to get because they were too busy killing the kobolds. They also told me to get some magical seaweed that lived at the bottom of the Loch. Bringing the miner's gear back, they gave me a new bathrobe, which was needed since my last one was eaten up by moths, and holy crap, we have achievements.
Nice.
Unfortunately, because I can't multitask, I forgot the husband of someone's bones, and I had to go back and pick them up in this hyperspawn hell. So I brought them back and gave them a safe and proper Christian burial. Probably. I also ran into my good pal Greysword.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Whose gear I enchanted. I also ran into my dwarven brother Ungreer, who was going to be participating in the annual tradition of
Trog, Vietnam.
For those who don't know, Trog Vietnam is an annual tradition that me and my friends have, where whenever we start new characters, we come to Thelzamar and kill every single Trog in the area, completing all the quests that they give us from the Valley of Kings. It's a great time and we have lots of fun, and we had a crap ton of greens drop as well, which was pretty cool. Making a pit stop in Owen, I decided to help this impoverished stripper by giving her clothes and some potions. I also decided to help her by killing this kobold who owes her money for a lap dance. I really am a dwarf of the people, aren't I? Taking a quick cart ride to Westfall, I decided to help out these farmers with their issues, for he lost his pocket watch, which was controlled by some defiant bandits. However, a higher duty called, and my friend Elfjobs invited me to do some more Sun Gulch with him, mainly because we were bored, and we found out that it was good XP.
I will confuse the enemy with my drip.
We waited until the gates opened up, and now it's time to cue the PvP montage. Anyway, this is what actually happened. Well, at least I could say I got to cap a flag, so it wasn't too bad after all. Inspired by a recent success in the battlegrounds, I decided to go and turn on war mode since I was now level 15. When you go to war mode, you go talk to this guy in Stormwind Harbor. You gain 5% experience and 5% extra rep from all the things that you do. It also has a scaling gold cost if you want to turn it off, depending on your level, and it also keeps you flagged forever. Going back to Westfall, I decided to help to kill Benny Blanco, and while leaving this warrior to do the dirty work, I decided to pick up the pocket watch while they weren't looking. I guess warriors really aren't so useless after all. I also decided to kill the other Defias in the area, knowing that I need to take their notes and their bandanas for some odd reason. I also decided to kill some yiffing furries and take their hands off them, because as we all know, they're fucking weird. I even decided to go and kill some murlocs for their eyes, because apparently they belong in some kind of weird stew. While I was drinking and recovering from a fight, a naked night elf decided to come upon my way, and they gave me some mana potions to help me with my mana problems. I wonder why they run around naked like this. Why not put on some clothes or something? There are also so many chests that spawn, but then my damn bags are full. Not that I'm complaining or anything. Completing the Defias kill quest was also bad because the trappers wouldn't spawn. Coming back to turn in the pocket watch, the farmers decided to give me everything that they had in their possession. Knowing that they were happy to have their pocket watch back, they could finally tell the time of when to get the hell out of here. I also forgot to mention that the Harvest Golem quest was split up into 4 smaller ones, having you kill every single Harvest Golem thing in the area. Breaking the monotony, and because I was hungry for some bacon and sausage, me and this paladin decided to team up to get a good farm going. After getting in second breakfast with the Saldines, I get sent out to the bridge between Westfall and Duskwood, mainly to go find this dude. The dude apparently left off to go join the Defias, and his wife wasn't too happy that he went to go join with these stupid bandits. Unfortunately, she told everyone else to come here as well, and we had to wait to talk to him. But like a little kid who was last in line and Santa Claus was about to go on break at the mall, I was told to go back to his wife, who told me to come right back and collect his thumb as proof that we had dealt with him. When I came back, me and these other dudes swiftly killed him and we brought his thumb back. For legal reasons that I'll put here now, I was just told to beat him up. Coming back to Stormwind, the mage trainer had another quest for me where I was supposed to grab a chest and some paper I got from Dollar Store to go to the Blue Recluse in order to get some elementals that were hiding, probably making meth in the cellar. She told me to collect 3 barrels of it for her and bring it back. Taking on 2 at once, they suddenly decide to pull an invisibility trick on me. Not being able to fight back, they eventually chase me all the way across Stormwind, where they kill me right in front of the church. Is this what that Walter guy had to deal with in that show? Because Mama didn't raise no quitter, I came back to the tavern and saw this little midget, him also trying to collect some meth for the mage trainer. Me and him decide to help each other out. Once I collected the last bit, I went right back where she told me I had to go get crystals from the mine that I had just gone to not even earlier in this video. While at the bank, another naked night elf appeared behind me. I'm starting to wonder if they're following me or if they just want to subscribe. Fucking degenerates. Wanting to clear my head after such a disastrous encounter, I decide to go to Thelsmar to do some fishing quests, where I make a friend who eventually joins our guild, the Duranin.
These are the Duranin.
After grabbing all the crystal meth from the mines, I decided to make a pit stop over to the Ironforge airfields, where once I landed there was some new quests and things here to do. Being told to go help 3 different dudes, I decided to help a gnome to pick up all his leftover garbage, because he was a lazy sack of shit. I even killed some eagles for their head meat. Don't ask me why. I was also told to go clean the guns of certain soldiers, so that was interesting, I guess.
Nigga, you gay.
And I was also told to go help out to see if a refrigerator was working by setting it on a piece of ice. And the local trolls weren't too happy about that because they were scared of refrigerators. Once I returned, I realized that the quests were bugged and they still haven't been fixed as the recording of this video. Thanks, K-Totes. Anyways, I went back to Stormwind to turn in the crystals, which they then in turn made me a beautiful dress. Unfortunately, it didn't fit me because my beard was too big. I also forgot about the final Harvest Golem quest, and I actually got some help along the way from a famous WWE wrestler. Woo! Got me to Moonbrook to kill the famous Defias pillagers. It seems that the Horde didn't take too kindly to me stealing their quest mobs, fighting me unfairly, and with a level advantage I was swiftly put to the sword. It was then that I met the famous Hokage himself, who seemed to look like a femboy for some weird reason. Me using my magic dwarven powers, I saved him from this ghost that was trying to murder him. To get to Tsunade, he gave me his thanks, and we went our separate ways. The Horde not being very fond of anime, they decided to try to murder me in the middle of Moonbrook again, but this time I just barely get away with my life. Getting back to questing, I decided to put my mage powers to use, because I realized that I could just AoE everything, and by God I was strong. Coming back into the town square, the Horde decided that they wanted to get rid of me permanently, for they knew I was too strong for the world of Azeroth. Unfortunately, they succeeded only momentarily. Getting killed, I decided to take the fight to them, knowing that I was trapped up on this roof with no help. It was then that I saw my savior. Deciding to join in on the fight, I chased off after them, only to be cornered by this undead warlock. Accepting my fate, I was prepared to die once more, until the hand of God just struck him down. Saying my thanks, I decided to get the hell out of here, knowing I didn't want to be here anymore, because if I stayed any longer, I was just going to get humiliated. After Ubering some shirts to this lady who really needed some, I decided to head over to Saldine's farm, where I'm going to show you guys a magical trick. You just spam /chicken on this chicken nearby here, and you give it some special chicken feed that you can buy from Farmer Saldine. You can turn it in and the chicken will then lay an egg. Once he lays the egg, pick up the egg and you'll get yourself a nice chicken pet. If you guys have any names for what you want me to name him, Put it down in the comments. After hunting down this white guy and taking his giant paw, I decided to go help out this mage, who then gets cornered by a bunch of dark riders. Why are they called dark riders if they ride on white horses? It doesn't make sense. Coming back to Stormwind City, I decide to get up my cooking when I run into the wrong alleyway.
Oh shit!
Them being 15 levels above me, I decide to get the hell out of there. But they were having none of it, because I had stumbled upon their secret brony meeting. Me trying to get away, this night elf tried to sacrifice their life for me, as all night elves should, but as I ran away, they caught up with me, putting me out of my misery so that I would not expose them in the near future. Luckily, this good Samaritan came across the road to res me. Wanting to get out of the city after that fight, I decided to head home to Goldshire and snuggle up into bed, where I would end another 14-hour session. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the second episode of our leveling saga. I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe on this video if you liked it, and there will be another episode coming out soon. If you guys would like to see anything special, be sure to put it down in the comments, and thank you very much, guys. Be sure to take it easy, and Raph out.
Like and subscribe or I will kill you.